Did you know you can bedazzle an entire tumbler with your Cricut machine? Today, you'll learn the step-by-step process of this challenging but beautiful Cricut project. As seen in my Halloween bedazzled tumbler, you guys all loved this Cricut project and I wanted to give you a full tutorial. All the supplies will be linked in the video description, but here's what you'll need. First, you'll need your Cricut machine, of course, Cricut accessories like your weeder tool and the standard grip mat, permanent adhesive vinyl, the tumbler, a sanding block, alcohol wipes, rhinestones from 3mm to 6mm, a rhinestone applicator, a rhinestone tray, rhinestone glue, and optional but a glue bottle. There are 4 total steps you'll follow in order to make a bedazzled tumbler with your Cricut. The first step is to create the tumbler design. The second step is to cut and apply the vinyl in order to move on to the third step, preparing the tumbler for application. The final and fourth step is to apply rhinestones onto the tumbler with glue and an applicator. In order to create your sparkly bedazzled tumbler, you need to pick your design first. For this tumbler, it is Christmas themed, so I downloaded a gingerbread man SVG off of Creative Fabrica, which will be linked in the video description. My best advice for you when it comes to the design, the less detailed the design, the better. If you have a more intricate design, that means you will need more rhinestone colors, sizes, and time. All I had to do with this gingerbread man was hide the background layer and then size it to the appropriate size and duplicate. The best size for this tumbler is about 3 inches. So if you're bedazzling a different design, make sure you size it appropriately or anywhere around 3 inches. I made about 12 total because the more, the better, just in case. You never know what can happen when you're creating a Cricut project. Then we click Make It and move on to step number 2, cutting and applying the vinyl. Today, I'm using permanent adhesive vinyl and will be cutting it with the premium vinyl setting. This vinyl was the perfect gingerbread man color and the exact link will be included in the video description. I adhered it to the standard grip mat and let the Cricut cut all the gingerbread men out. Then once the Cricut is done, you can weed the eyes, buttons, and extra little details to reveal the final gingerbread man design. Before we apply them to the tumbler, we cannot skip preparing the tumbler. This will make your tumbler long lasting. In order to prep the tumbler, you must do 2 things. The first is to sand the tumbler with a sanding block or sheet. This will not damage the tumbler in any way, especially with a fine grit. So if you skip this step, the rhinestones will be more prone to falling off even with a strong glue. Make sure you sand the entire tumbler and watch out for any dust that comes off as you sand. The second thing for prepping is to dry off any excess dust with a clean, dry paper towel and then use an alcohol wipe. This will ensure that the tumbler is clean, rough, and dry enough for gluing. Once you are done prepping the tumbler, we can go back and apply the gingerbread men to the tumbler. You might hate me for saying this, but I just placed the design anywhere on the tumbler. I used about 5 gingerbread men total onto the design, 3 on the top part of it, and then 2 on the bottom. You can either keep them straight, diagonal. I placed them diagonal because I thought it looked more fun that way, and I left enough room so I was able to at least include that first row of that white rhinestone. Now onto the 4th and final step of bedazzling your tumbler, applying the rhinestones. Now you can start the application process in many different ways, but here is what works best for me and I think will work best for you. I like to apply the background rhinestones first, then work on the design rhinestones. So first I'm going to be working on the white tumbler and then the brown rhinestones. That way your base is completed and you can fill in the rest afterwards. When applying rhinestones, you want to apply not a lot of glue and wait about a minute before applying with the applicator. This part is really important because when you wait, the glue becomes more dry and tacky and the rhinestones will not move around when you're applying. You'll notice that the rhinestone applicator has 2 different ends. One that is a wax tip and the other with a thin metal tip. You'll use the wax tip to pick up the rhinestone and then apply it to the tumbler. Then I carefully apply pressure with the metal tip to firmly press the rhinestone into the tumbler. I repeat this exact process for every single rhinestone. It is also really important to keep the first row of rhinestones as straight as possible. This will set you up for success with the rest of your design so that the rest of the rows in Tumbler are also straight. You do not want the rows to be misaligned. After applying the first row of rhinestones, you can decide the rhinestone design. Now, I prefer a honeycomb design, which is exactly what the name is. It looks like a honeycomb. This is where you'll place the rhinestone in between the two above it. I personally think this design is easier for application and looks prettier compared to placing the rhinestone directly underneath the one above. This is totally up to personal preference, and you can try the other way as well. You'll repeat this process though for the entire tumbler. And you're probably wondering, Amy, how long did this tumbler take? The total logged hours for the entire tumbler, including the gingerbread design, was about 32 hours. No, I did not pull an all-nighter, but I did work on the tumbler a little each day for about a week and a half. So please have patience, take your time, and enjoy the process of gluing. Trust me, you will want to keep your sanity with this kind of project. You'll also see that I don't apply too many rhinestones around the design itself. That way you have enough room for the design rhinestones, meaning the brown rhinestones, and that's why I'd rather add them in after in case I need to use a smaller rhinestone from the white color. Here is what the tumbler looks like when the background is 90% completed. So next we can move on to gluing the design rhinestones. I used a variation of 5mm, 4mm, and 3mm rhinestones in this gorgeous brown color. I like to start with the bigger size and then fill in the rest with the smaller sizes. This part is sort of like figuring out a puzzle because you'll be using a variation of all the sizes of the rhinestones. There really is no right or wrong amount of each rhinestone size, just as long as they fit together nicely. I think we're on day 4. Hi, so I did all of this last night throughout the rest of this bottom, and I did this gingerbread man. Oh, it's so cute. The only thing though is that there were some little areas that I couldn't quite get. I'll try and zoom in to see if I couldn't get like the little in between. So I had to order the 3mm, yes, the 3mm in the brown. So I'm gonna be filling those little areas right in here today, as well as doing the rest of the gingerbread man. I forgot how much time it took. This is a long Cricut project. Some coffee though would be great. Much better. Once your gingerbread men are complete, you can fill in the rest of the background rhinestones. If you're able to, use the main 6mm size, but most of the time you'll be using the 5 or 3mm. It's a little hard to get the angle right just because I'm like reaching over the camera. I'm alternating the gems here between the 5, the 4, and the 3 for the gingerbread man, and then I'm using the teeny tiny white ones for the eyes and the mouth, which is the 3mm. Progress. Folks, we are getting places. Yeah, this one looks way better than my first one. See, that is the power of having smaller gems. This is why I'm sharing with you the tutorial, because now you know what not to do. last thing you'll need to bedazzle is the lid. I used the same 6mm size like I did for the background of the tumbler, and then filled in the rest with either the 5 or 3mm wide sizes. Since this is a circle, it will be more difficult to fit the rhinestones together, but I did my best with still trying to place it in the honeycomb design. Once you're officially done bedazzling, be sure to wait at least 24 to 48 hours before using or washing the tumbler so the glue can cure. As long as you properly sand your tumbler, apply enough glue, and wait for the rhinestones to dry, your tumbler will last, I promise you. For washing, it is best to hand wash your bedazzled tumbler and not put it in the dishwasher. But this is what the final bedazzled tumbler looks like. And now I want to ask you, will you be trying this Cricut project? Let me know what you thought of today's video in the comments section. Thank you as always for watching and supporting my channel. I hope you have a very crafty day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!